notice to quit letter. Here's the thing. I'm not pissed about this and upset about this because, like, I don't want to leave my apartment. No. I've been trying to leave this apartment since, well, mid-2018. Like July, August 2018, when my one-year lease was up and I wanted to get the fuck out of there. You guys know if you've been following me. I'm pissed because this bitch has me in a catch-22. Like, it's so fucking stupid. Before my car got broken into, this crazy lady tried to evict me for zero reason. Like, literally, she had zero reason. It didn't make any sense. I had paid rent on time. It was nothing like that. I'm fucking clean. I'm quiet. Like, there was genuinely zero reason, and she couldn't give me a reason why she was evicting me. Usually, I feel like you give someone a heads up and then you go and file the court paperwork. And that's if, like, they're in violation of their lease agreements, which I was not. She filed an unlawful detainer with the court. You guys know this if you've been here, but if you don't, I'm just gonna quick summarize why I'm upset right now. I was like, okay, bitch, what the fuck? Why are you filing this thing? Like, what is the reason for you, I don't know, evicting me? Basically, I remember, like, I had to have, you know, my ex go talk to her and stuff because it was literally, like, it was so much bullshit, and I had already just been through so much bullshit with her stealing my shit and, like, refusing to give the police the security footage of someone breaking into my car. My theory is that she did it because, well, whatever, we don't need to get into that. My ex went and talked to her, I went and talked to her, we went and talked to her together, and basically it came down to her being like, okay, well, just pay the court fees and then, like, it'll be dropped. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not paying court fees because I didn't do anything wrong. Like, you filed this eviction for literally zero reason. Like, she could not give a reason. It was just kind of like, oh, like, the year is up, and, like, but, like, I had already started paying month to month at that point, so it just didn't make sense, and we never had talked about, as long as you've lived there for a year on a lease, on a one-year lease, and then you go month to month, they have to give you 60 days. That's, like, I guess the background of it. But obviously I'm still living here, and it's not because I want to be, it's because when she did that bullshit with trying to evict me, but, like, not even really. Oh, by the way, I did pay the court fees so that I would drop it because it was about to be, like, they would have scheduled a date, and I know that, like, once that happened, even though, like, I didn't do anything wrong, even though she is just fucking psychotic, I know that, like, evictions will stay on your record for a long time, and I know that it would probably be hard to get that removed. So I did end up paying the court fees so that she would fucking drop it, and I figured, okay, when I move out of here, I'm going to get a lawyer, and I'm gonna sue her for, like, so many things. A few months back, I thought I was gonna move into my sister's apartment because a unit opened up, and units never open up there. My sister's building manager, who, he's not the landlord, but he's the building manager, told me that the landlord ran, like, the credit report, background report on me or whatever, and an eviction came up. It says that I have an eviction on my record, and I explained the whole story to him. He understands it because he wanted to become this is kind of like a weird he wanted to become a property manager because he, you know, obviously has been a tenant before, and he had, like, a very similar thing happen to him, and he thought it was just so messed up and just corrupt and shit, so he wanted to become a property manager. It's just funny because it's typically, like, you see people who are like, I was saved by a firefighter when I was 7, so now I want to be a firefighter. And he's like, I was screwed over by a property manager, so now I'm going to be one. And he was like, I would love to let you move in, but my landlord is saying that I can't, just, like, legally, because you do have that on your record, and he does not let anyone move in that has any sort of eviction. Both the landlord and the property manager know the story, and they know that I was not evicted. I'm still living there. What's on my lips? Is that my lipstick? So I was like, okay, that's super weird because I monitor, like, my credit report and there's nothing on there, and then so I'm thinking, like, okay, well, it must be on, like, you know, my background report or whatever. It must be, like, a public record thing. I paid for, like, a full-blown background check on myself because I wanted to see, like, what is it showing up as? Because if it's showing up as, you know, an eviction, that's false. Yeah, it was, like, an unlawful eviction, but also, like, it just didn't happen. Like, I wasn't evicted. That never happened. So I wanted to see, like, does it say, like, eviction attempt or something? Because, like, that doesn't seem to make sense why that would be there. So I get my background check. There's absolutely nothing on my, like, I have nothing on my record. And I'm like, okay, what the hell? Maybe it is on like my credit report then. So I go check my credit report, the one that like, because you know how there's like 3 credit unions, and I don't know, I use fucking Credit Karma, okay, not sponsored. I look on there, which I already knew it wasn't there because I've looked before, nothing there. So then I go and I have to pay for the other 2 credit union credit checks, because I think I must have already looked at it earlier this year. So I get my other 2 like full comprehensive credit reports, look through it, there's nothing. I go straight to the public records section where apparently I looked it up, like where would an eviction show up on my report. It says it would show up in the public records section. There's zero, like there's nothing there. My report, my background check is so blank and boring, like there's nothing there. How is this happening? Anyway, that's just the catch-22 I'm in, is that she today gives me this 60-day notice to quit. Am I upset that I have to leave in 6? No. If it were up to me, I would have been gone over a year ago. Beyond that, like if I had been able to move into my sister's place, I would have been out over 2 months ago. But I'm dealing with trying to like figure out how the hell this is showing up anywhere, because I literally went to the court of area that I'm in and I requested copies of everything. I even told them the situation. I was like, where is this showing up? Because it's fucking me in the ass, basically. And I have emails of it. I have like attached documents that show there's nothing under my name in the court. Like there's just nothing there. So it just doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Like I don't know. The only thing I could think of is like, did my sister's landlord like call my landlord and she told him that? Because that wouldn't make sense. Although granted, nothing she does makes sense or says makes sense. If she told him like, oh yeah, I evicted her, like, bitch, then why have I still been living here for another 14 months paying you way too much in rent? Like, I don't. In the email that my sister's dude sent me, it said like, oh, the landlord looked over your report and blah blah blah. So it's like, where's this showing up? Is there some sort of like secret report that only landlords have access to? No, there's not, because I even asked the court that. I was like, well, what would I need to obtain if it's not here, if it's not on my background check, if it's not on any of my credit reports, like what am I missing? And he was like, it would be on your background check and we would have documents here if, you know, because it was obviously filed here. So that's fucking confusing. But the catch-22, she gives me this notice to leave, yet she's the reason why I haven't already left. It's just so pestiferous, and like she's so fucking pompous. Like I don't know what her problem is. I literally don't. And I don't know, did I already say this? But like apparently in California, if you have lived in the same place for a year under a 1-year lease agreement and then you go month to month, which is my situation, your apartment manager, your landlord does not have to give you a concrete, like valid reason as to why they're giving you a 60-day notice. They don't actually, I think even if you haven't lived there for a year and they give you a 30-day notice, I think they also don't have to give you a reason, because there is no reason. Why is my lipstick on my phone case? Anyway, that's the situation I'm in. It's just so annoying to have that piece of paper served to me when, like, yeah, I would love to fucking be out of here tomorrow. Like, you don't need to give me a 60-day note. All that does is piss me the fuck off, because it's not gonna change anything. I'm trying to figure out why this bullshit is on my record, but it's not on my record, so how are people seeing it? Like, I even tried to create, like, an account on one of those, sites, like Appfolio or whatever. No. I don't know. One of the sites where it's like your potential landlord can send you the like authorization for a background check, and then you pay like $20 or $40 or whatever to have that done, and then it sends the results back to the landlord. I tried to like sign up for that as a landlord and then go in as a tenant and get that sent to myself, my landlord self. But it was gonna cost like a lot of money, and I was like, you know what, not a lot of money, honestly it was like $50, but I was like, no, like that's $50 I shouldn't have to spend, because it just that, like, I don't even know, like, it's just so frustrating, because it's like, bitch, you think that I don't want to leave? You think that I wouldn't have already left if it weren't for you randomly fucking trying to evict me after a year of living there for absolutely zero fucking reason? And anytime I've asked like the higher up about it, he says like she's probably trying to diversify the tenant base and blah blah blah, and I'm like, what's funny about that is I am different than everyone else that lives there. I'm the only young girl that lives there. Young, I would say, I'm the only girl below 40 that lives there, except for like kids. Not that it matters, but I'm the only blonde. And I'm one of the few, well actually I only know of one other person who's a dude, who's a white dude, but, which like, doesn't fucking matter. Like, I've never thought of it in those terms. But when I hear, oh, she's trying to diversify the tenant base, I'm like, most people that live there are Hispanic. They're usually older. I'm not gonna take my guesses on what race everyone is, but I know that it's majority Hispanic. I'm like, are you sure you're trying to diversify or not? Just, I don't know. I don't know what her issue is with me. Even through all of this bullshit, I've never once been mean to her. I've always been, it's because I'm so passive. I feel like if I went and talked to her today, or if I could have gotten in contact with her in the past 4 months, through all like the bullshit of her trying to give me she gave me a 7-day notice a couple months back, if you remember. She like hides from me, so I can never talk to her. I've just been nice to her. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Okay, now you gave me a 60-day notice, so like, what? I'm not trying to stay here. Like, fuck, it's so frustrating. And then, yeah, on top of that, I've just not been having the best day. Like, I'm sure that kind of set the tone for everything, but like, I don't know. I feel like I'm being taken advantage of in like 9 different ways right now by different situations or people. And that's also just like how it always is, because that's just how I am, and it just sucks. And like, I have to put off my like tonsil removal until I move, because I'm gonna probably have to go home for that, or have to go to Northern California. And I don't know how long the recovery is gonna take, but either way, like, I can't risk, I don't know what this lady is gonna do. I don't know. And so like, that sucks, because I mean, hey, I've needed them out for what, 16 years? What's another few months, really? But also, it's like, what's the point of the 60-day notice when like that doesn't mean anything? Because what, in 50 days is that thing magically gonna be gone from the record that doesn't exist? Like, I'm in a glass case of emotion. I just got to a coffee shop. I have some work to do. I really don't want to. I was working from home for probably like 5 hours, and I don't like doing that, because I feel sad. I don't know. I don't like being at home during the day, but I still have shit to do. So I haven't come to like a coffee bean and worked for a hot minute. So my camera just stopped recording, and I was talking for probably like 2 minutes, and I was looking over here and I didn't realize that. I need a new phone. My phone is so cracked. I don't understand logically. And I've always done this. I've always been this way. I try to preserve, what's the word? Yeah, I guess I try to preserve the feelings. I don't know. There's no reason why like I should still be trying to be understanding and calm and not passive, but like there's not much I can do without just like forking over a shit ton of money that I don't have. So I kind of have to be passive. But like, even in other situations than this one, like, it doesn't make sense that I would try to like lessen the blow of, it just doesn't make sense that I let people walk all over me, you know? It makes sense to be nice to people and to, you know, to generally be nice to everyone and to be the way that I am, just like in general. But like, if someone's trying to fuck you over, if someone's being terrible to you, there's no reason I don't have to fucking go and throw it back at them. But like, why am I worried that I'm gonna like hurt someone's feelings when they're the one that's like literally destroying my life, you know? It doesn't make logical sense. It doesn't. But I just know that like, if I did hurt someone's feelings, even if they had just like ruined my life, like, I would just feel so bad forever, and that would never go away. So then that would be even worse. I don't know. As humans, we've all been hurt. We've all had our feelings hurt, and we've all been fucked over. We've all, you know, we've all dealt with shit that was caused by like another person. So why do so many people like when you know how that feels, why would you ever want to cause that to someone else? Especially for no reason. But like, if If you know how about that sucks, why would you want to? My videos lately are just going back and forth between, well, my vlogs at least. Yesterday's, where I just was literally like in some sort of weird character state the whole time, and then like the one before that was me like just crying in my car, and then this one is me just like frustrated and angry at this thing that happened and upset, and like now I'm reflecting on how this is just like a symbol of my whole life, because like I always get taken advantage of. Yeah, I mean, you know what? That's life. This channel is just my life. I don't understand when like people accuse YouTubers of being like, I guess like of being like bipolar or being up and down. Not that I don't think no one has ever assumed that about me, but like even just like say you upload 2 videos in a row where you're crying or you're upset in both of them, and then people assume like you're just a sad person, you're negative, you're upset, whatever. But like, bitch, what is going on in your life? That's what I want to know, because I'm in a different mood every day. Most days, especially lately, the past few months, I've been happy and stable and optimistic and motivated and all this, but there's periods of time, or there's random spurts of it where you're not going to be in that same mood. Like, I don't understand why that makes you like unstable. I mean, I am unstable, but like, actually I'm genuinely pretty stable at this point in my life. But wow, I never thought I would say that. I wish Chad lived closer. Actually, I wish I lived closer. I wish I was in Studio City, or at least, I mean, I've been trying to move to Studio City since the beginning, but then it was gonna be Silver Lake. Actually, then it was gonna be Sherman Oaks, then it was gonna be Silver Lake. Honestly, I just would like to be closer, because like it sucks when like I'm in a mood like this and I'm just like thinking like, what's gonna make me feel better right now, and I'm thinking like, oh, I have to do all this work. For me, like the thought of going home and like chilling does not make me feel like I feel like that would make things worse. Oh, like nothing. Like I'm so just anxious and like not like sad and upset right now that like I can't think of anything that would help except for like having someone here to just like talk to and like distract me, and like, you know, not someone like just like any fucking random person, like please no, you know what I mean. Alright, well, I'm gonna switch over to Patreon right now because I don't have much else to say here really.